Sick of this fucking base 44 shit. Not supposed to be picking up anything other than my voice. I don't know what the fuck it's doing. I'm still doing it. I don't understand what the fuck's going on with this fucking thing right now. It's confusing the hell out of me. Hello. See, it's still doing it. What is it picking up? Anyway. God, you're pissing me off with that shit, YouTube. So tired of you lying to me all the goddamn time. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought, bitch. Anyway. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's I, your host with most, the Gaming Skellington, and welcome to another exciting episode of Let's Talk. Little G isn't awake yet. I kind of got up a little early this morning. My body was like, hey, hold on, let me fix this shit real quick. God, this fucking thing is annoying the hell out of me. Trying to keep this bitch tight and all I want to do is fucking bend. Stupid. Anyway. Good morning. It is 5:55 a.m. It is January 13th, 2026. I woke up this morning, and in the last couple of days, the liberal world has decided to choose violence once again.
Build a website you love.
Jesus
With
fucking
Wix.
Christ.
For
Shut
your
the
words?
hell up. You played for like 5 minutes, bro. You played audio for like 5 minutes and you already want to fucking show me an ad. This is another thing I'm getting tired of, man. This fucking YouTube bullshit. This whole pay to not see ads crap. This is getting old, man. I know I'm not a young person like a lot of society is nowadays. I grew up in a different time, a different generation. I grew up in a period where a lot of technology didn't exist. I think we had probably the simplest of technology, but the most fun we've ever had with it. Nowadays, everything that I've grown up with and used freelancingly is now all in one device. Fucking God, man. Yeah, I'm dealing with some fucking bullshit this morning. I literally super glued this stupid fucking thing back to where it was supposed to go. And look at this. This is how cheaply made this fucking shit is, man. Look at this shit. Snapped right off there again. Had fucking Gorilla Glue on it and everything. The bitch still snapped off. This is fucking pathetic, man. Already starting off as a stressful morning. Just woke up and already got stupid shit happening. Never gets old. Jesus Christ, here we go. Anyway, what the fuck was I talking about before I was so rudely interrupted by my stupid tripod basically falling and breaking once again? Oh yeah, I woke up this morning and once again the left wing decides they want to choose violence over everything else. Let me ask you a question. Where the fuck were all the protests whenever you left libtards murdered Charlie Kirk? Where was the protest then? Where were the riots in the streets? Newsflash. There were none. Because you people are sick, twisted fucking individuals, and you will cheer the death of a man that wanted to bring better into this world, but mourn the loss of a person that had nothing good going on for herself. First of all, she was married to a woman. Second of all, she was a mother. She had her kids taken from her. Her choice. Her little partner should be facing prison time for even helping with the whole situation. Step on the gas, she says. Floor it, she says. Run them over, she says. Guess what? You're gonna try to kill me?
What if I told you you could take this 2D image and turn it into
What
a
if I
3D
told
model
you
that
shut
can-
the fuck up? Because that's another 5 fucking minutes that you've interrupted me before I can even finish the goddamn sentence. Are you done? Thank you. Can things just go back to the way they used to be? Before all you little fucking crybabies came out of the woodworks with your purple hair and your not so intelligent ways. have a so-called quote-unquote trans person working where I am. His name is Michael. I'm surprised the dude didn't even want to change his name. It takes a lot of guts. But you can tell he's a man just by his voice. But I'm sure he probably classifies as a it or they them, which makes no fucking sense because it's illogical to be more than one something. You uncultured pieces of garbage. You know, as a Christian man, it's not right for me to speak so lowly about my fellow man, because Jesus said that we must love one another regardless of the sins that we commit. But at the same time, God also tells us that we need to teach what the difference between the right and the wrong. And unfortunately, as much as they hate to hear it, everything they're doing is morally wrong through the eyes of God. Good thing you didn't hear that plane. I don't care, Sapphire. I'm literally about to delete Snapchat because all I ever get anymore is just random stupidity from random stupid females. Let me explain something to you about females. Women act like men need a woman. When the reality of it is, we need a wife, not a woman. A wife is someone who will nurture our children, take care of us, and make sure everything goes smoothly and calmly in the household, while also respecting our views in Christianity and politics. What men don't want is a girl. Let me tell you something. I already have a girl, alright? And it's my daughter. If I wanted to babysit another fucking child, I might as well just have another fucking kid. A lot of you bitches nowadays don't show me a reason to give you a chance. And to the random bitch on Facebook that decided to call me out and then block me right afterwards before I can even respond to you, the only thing I gotta say to you is, who the fuck are you? I have no idea who you are. I have never met you in my lifetime. You have no idea what kind of person I am. So what gives you the right to judge me for my beliefs and my opinions when you've never fucking met me a day in your life? I'm not gonna sit there and say that I'm perfect. I've gone on different people's posts and everything on Facebook and gave my 2 cents, but that was about it. I didn't escalate it any further than that. If they wanted to escalate the situation, then instead of turning into an argument, I contradict them, tell them my piece, and then be on my merry way. And there's been people on Facebook that have tried to manipulate me and argue with me and get in my head, but
Yep, got prospect calls to summarize.
You really need to switch to Monday CRM.
I'm not a liberal fucktard, so I'm not offended by every last little goddamn detail that you have to give to me. I have morals and standards. I'm not gonna waste my time arguing with someone that I've never met in my entire life. It's a waste of energy and it's a waste of breath. And going back to what I said before, if I wanted to waste my energy and waste my breath, I might as well just take my kid to a fucking theme park. Favoritism is a huge thing in this world right now. It's getting ridiculous on how exactly it works. You could be the most hardworking person in the world, but if you're not in someone's clique, you ain't getting noticed. By the way, I love Florida weather. It's very unpredictable for us because it could be 6 o'clock in the morning and be 52 degrees, and then by the time it hits 7, 8 o'clock, the temperature's going up to like 70, 80 degrees already. We don't get winters like you do, guys. Last time I got to experience all 4 seasons was when I was living in Tennessee. We literally got all 4 seasons. We got spring, summer, fall, and winter. The leaves would change. It would start to get cold and snow. Yeah, it was... We had that. Springtime, the flowers would come up. Look all pretty. Sorry about all the blowing. It's amazing how quick something like a pipe can clog, even though it's like not even been a couple weeks old. Nothing is reliable anymore. I still don't know what the hell you're picking up, Mike. Like, what is that? Fuck.
Bonjour,
God.
Paris.
Every time I fucking do anything.
Oh, bonjour, Mr. Moselle.
Nobody gives a shit, Reese Witherspoon. No, just shut the fuck up, man. Nobody cares about your stupid fucking War of Warships game. I am so sick of fucking nerds. I love to smoke, but I fucking hate mucus. It's the worst fucking thing that you could ever get just for being a smoker. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, yo, as much as I fucking do it, I don't condone it. Not so much the marijuana, but more or less the cigarettes, because that's what causes it in the first place. And plus, it's my own fault anyway, because when I was younger, I mean, I still catch myself doing everything. When I was younger, I used to fucking chain smoke like a motherfucker. It was so bad, I would literally... I literally have one cigarette after another. It was ridiculous. Part of me wishes I never started. But, you know the old saying, you can't go back in time. I feel like if that was the case, my future self would have warned my past self already. I feel like a lot of people would be able to make their lives better if they could go back in time and fix their past. Like I wouldn't even go like as far as my 20s. I'd probably go as far back as like when I started high school. Not towards the end, but like when I started high school, and just been like, hey, you're gonna run into some issues here and there. Stay away from women, first of all. Focus on your schoolwork and follow a different path. Don't hang with the anime group anymore. Get yourself a haircut. Change your clothes. Wear nicer clothes. And respect your old man.
We have got to the point where literally
So you want to be a software
The PlayStation wasn't built for streaming cities, persistent traffic and free-roaming maps, yet a handful of games tried anyway. These 12 PS1 titles pushed the hardware into open streets, full towns, or entire star systems, then layered surprisingly ambitious stories on top. We're going to focus on what actually happens in these worlds, who you play, what goes wrong, and how the setting evolves, plus just enough gameplay detail to show how far they stretched the PS1. Let's begin. Batman and Robin. Gotham City runs in real time here. Guess what? Villains follow schedules, crimes trigger at specific hours, and the plot advances whether you are ready or not. You play as Batman, Robin, or Batgirl, moving through a 3D Gotham as Mr. Freeze plans bank robberies, Poison Ivy manipulates victims, and other film-driven threats unfold as timed events. The missions are framed as a specific case. Intercept Freeze's heist before his convoy reaches the target. Locate planted bombs before rush hour, or track criminals back to their hideouts, fail to be in the right district at the right time. And Gotham's story branches toward failure, states that persist in the city. The open hub, traffic simulation, and roaming civilians make the world feel like a crime timeline. You're trying to rewrite rather than a simple mission list. From a gameplay angle, you drive the Batmobile between districts, patrol for intel, then switch to on-foot combat and gadget use once a case goes live. The game's release was pushed back by an entire year after the movie premiered, largely because of its ambitious, open-world Gotham City setting, which came before Grand Theft Auto 3.
So what is it Lenny knows? Just find Lenny.
Driver 2. The story begins in Chicago, where Pink Lenny survives a bar shooting that kills a tattooed Brazilian tied to crime lord Alvaro Vasquez. Undercover officer John Tanner and his partner Tobias Jones examine the body and follow the evidence as it links Lenny to Vasquez and mob boss Solomon Kane, whose organization operates out of Chicago and Las Vegas. Their investigation drags them across 4 cities: Chicago, Havana, Las Vegas, Rio de Janeiro, through double crosses, warehouse stings, and arms shipments from Cuba. The plot is built like a car chase crime film. Informants vanish, convoys ambush each other, and Lenny becomes the pivot point in a turf war between American and Brazilian syndicates. Every chapter escalates the conflict.
Oh
and
my
changes
god, I
which faction
fucking did it
controls
again. You didn't hear a fucking word I
The
said.
open
I'm
world
getting
side
so
comes from
sick of
those
this
4
shit. This is
free
why I
roaming
need a
cities.
dual monitor, bro.
You drive anywhere, tail suspects, or scout routes between mission triggers before starting story jobs.
Literally sat there and
Driver
told the
2
whole
also
fucking
lets
story
Tanner
and you
leave the
didn't
car,
hear me.
so chases
First game
flow
was
using
Batman and
40
Robin, by the
scales,
way.
cover-based
And what I was
gun
saying
fights,
was, I don't know where he was
and
getting
carjacking
information. He was
mid-mission
talking about
rather than
people
rigid
roaming
track
around the city.
systems.
There was nobody roaming around the city. Fucking Christ, I hate that shit. Sitting there fucking yammering my mouth, and you can't even hear what I'm saying because
World's scariest police chases. The game adapts the TV show into a loose narrative about a patrol officer working in the fictional city of Ashland. Story mode strings together roughly 20 incidents. Masked robbery crews blowing red lights across downtown, drug couriers weaving through industrial docks, armed suspects fleeing airport security, and freeway pursuits ending in roadside standoffs.
what is this
The
game?
chases are framed as a specific case file, with a start location.
World Scariest Police.
suspect
Isn't that
description,
based off of like a
and
TV
narrative
show?
briefing echoing the show's tone. Over
I
time,
thought so.
the missions sketch an urban ecosystem of repeat offenders, escalating vehicle tactics, and high-risk stops across suburbs, stadium districts, and port roads. Outside scripted events, free patrol mode turns Ashland into a patrol sandbox. You cruise a sizable continuous map, shift between districts via highways, and trigger random pursuits when dispatch flags and nearby crime gameplay focuses on controlling pursuit distance, boxing suspects in, and
It honestly
using
blows my
authorized
mind that a
force
system
rather
like the
than simple
PlayStation
battles,
1 was
which makes the
actually
city feel like a reactive open
went as
patrol
far as
zone
pushing the
instead of
limits of
static
their
race
games to
zones.
try to make them try to make some open world games. We've come a long way.
Grand Theft Auto 2. I don't know if you guys remember specifics about GTA 2, but game takes place in a retro-futuristic metropolis known as Anywhere, USA, often called Anywhere City, split into downtown, residential, and industrial districts. You play Claude Speed, a career criminal working as a freelance asset for multiple gangs in each sector. Zaibatsu Corporation, Yakuza, Loonies, Rednecks, SRS scientists, and others.
You know what, when you
The
live
plot
this
is
close
less
to
linear
an,
story
when you
and
live
more
this close to an
citywide
airport, it
power
makes you
struggle.
feel like you're at the
Completing
airport.
jobs for one faction pushes its rivals into more extreme countermeasures, armored escorts, ambushes, or territory crackdowns, so the political map of the city changes alongside your reputation. Gang bosses contact you via payphones scattered through their turf, tying missions spatially to the part of town their crew actually controls. Gameplay is entirely open structure. You roam Anywhere City, choose which gang's missions to accept, and juggle respect meters while navigating multiple
Anywhere
streets,
City.
elevated rails, and industrial yards. The freeform mission order and three-layered city make the game feel like a faction-driven sandbox.
No,
rather
I
than a
just
fixed
threw up my
campaign.
fucking shoulder somehow.
Mizerna Falls. This game
Never
is
even
set
heard of
in a
that
small
game.
Colorado town near the Rockies. On Christmas Day, 1998, local girl Kathy Flannery is found mauled in the forest and dies soon after, her wounds blamed on a bear attack. Days later, high school student Emma Rowland disappears, and investigator Morgan suspects both incidents are linked. You play Emma's classmate Matthew Williams, the last person to see her before she vanished. His search draws him into the town's secrets, strange
Kind of has a similar tone to Silent Hill, except for the missing wife thing.
families. hidden
Wait, was it
offenders,
his wife or is his
past
daughter? I think it was his
hide,
daughter in the
and
first one, and then his
residents
wife in the
whose
second one.
alibis clash with what you observe around town. The story unfolds over 7 in-game days, with events scheduled to happen at specific times independent of the player. The whole town, streets, diners, gas stations, lakeside cabins, forest trails, is a continuous map with a real day-night cycle. Every NPC runs on a daily schedule, moving between work, bars, church and home, and Matthew can follow them in his Volkswagen Beetle or by boat along the water. You manage fuel, eat at diners, and rest to save. So the
Oh wow, a
investigation
game
is
that actually
inseparable
featured a
from
fuel
living
system.
inside an early open world
You don't
town
see that. You
simulation.
don't really see that.
Take what you do best and create a website that's
Take what you
worthy
do
of it.
best and shove it up your ass.
Road Rash 3D. This legendary game reframes its loose narrative.
Can you really
as a
consider
career
Road Rash
inside
an
a
open world
nationwide
game?
illegal motorcycle
It's a
racing
racing game.
Big game mode.
I know there's
as you
open
start
world
with a
racing
low-end
games, but
bike and minimal cash. climbing through tiers of underground championships that crisscross canyons, rural highways, and urban arteries. As you win events, you earn enough to buy faster machines and move into higher-paying circuits, where rival gangs and police presence intensify FMV segments, and progression screens present the world as a network of outlaw crews and sponsors, with your rider's path defined by riskier courses and heavier opposition. Everything evolves through how far across the country you advance and how aggressively the law responds to your repeated offences. Technically, the open-world angle comes from its track structure. Over 100 miles of interconnected roads form a larger network, with individual races carved out as routes that share stretches, junctions.
Oh,
and
so it's kind of
alternate
like
branches.
Outrun,
You can take wrong turns,
where
rejoin
basically
shared
the world
segments
changes
used
as
by
you're
other
driving.
events, and experience the same stretch.
And if
under
that's the
different
case, then I
traffic
guess
and time of
Outrun
day
would be an
conditions,
open world racing
giving
game.
the sense of a contiguous road system instead of isolated courses.
Freeze! Police! Drop your weapons now!
Urban Chaos. Urban Chaos takes place
Have a
in
nice
Union City
what?
at the turn of the millennium. Rookie officer Darcy Stern joins the
Oh,
police
a new
force just
suggestion.
as the
You
Wildcats
people need to leave
gang
me alone.
escalates from street crime into kidnappings, bombings, and coordinated assaults. Her investigations connect these
sorry, you had to
incidents
see my hand,
mayoral
y'all.
candidate Mac Bain, who secretly controls the Wildcats while presenting himself as a reform figure. As Darcy works with vigilante Roper McIntyre, the story shifts from gang warfare into occult conspiracy. The Wildcats and an elite group called the Fallen carry out ritual killings tied to a Nostradamus prophecy about a king of terror descending from the sky.
King of Kings.
Eventually reveals himself as an ancient warlock, summons a fire entity known
An
as a
ancient
Balrog
warlock.
to devastate the city, and retreats to a sanctuary town
Interesting.
for a final ritual. Darcy Stern must rescue trapped civilians, dismantle the cult's remaining forces, and use the tower's infrastructure to destroy Bane. City maps are compact but free-roaming, with pedestrians, interiors, and optional incidents like fights or suicides that you can intervene in. Missions reuse districts with different objectives: assaults, hostage rescues, arrests. So Union City feels like a repeating open district rather than a one-off stage.
So it's basically like true crime before true crime.
Tale of the Sun. Our next game drops you into a prehistoric tribe whose unspoken goal is to build a tower of mammoth tusks high enough to reach the sun. The story
I'm
is
not trying to
almost
sound like a
entirely
jackass or
environmental.
anything, but
The
this
village
game that he's
expands
showing right now
if
with
you
this
bring
little
back enough
caveman
food.
dude, this
New
looks like a
huts appear,
fucking beta.
and more cavemen emerge as your clan grows strong enough to attempt larger hunts. There are no explicit mission markers. The story
wanted a
advances
jacket and everything,
when
man.
your
I'm just
people
fucking
survive
getting
long
cold as
enough and
shit.
gather enough
It's
tusks
not even that
to
cold,
extend
man.
the
It's
tower.
fucking like
A visible monument in the center of the camp.
58 degrees.
The
Like, come
world
on, man.
hints
It's
at
not that
cycles of
cold. Come
survival
on.
and collapse, wandering predators,
I can take
strange
this. I'm a
ruins,
Floridian.
occasional oddities on the horizon, without dialogue or cutscenes spelling out a mythology. The open world is a broad, continuous
Guarantee you,
landscape
for
of
you
plains,
northerners, this ain't
coasts,
shit.
ice fields and islands, populated by polygonal fauna and mochi-like flora that
You're like,
modify
"Hold my
health and
beer."
stats when eaten. You
You
walk
wanna
in
see
any direction
cold?
from the start, hunt, swim,
No, because
or
I've been in
simply
fucking
roam
freezing
until
ass
your
weather.
character
I've been
falls
in
asleep
Michigan with that
mid-activity.
negative ass, negative 12
Then
degrees.
wake
I'm
and
done with
continue.
that shit.
There are no waypoints or explicit tutorials, turning basic survival and exploration into the game's primary structure.
I don't know what the hell they're showing, but they got some booty shaking bitch and dragons.
Vagrant Story.
Vagrant Story, that's an
Vagrant Story
RPG.
unfolds in Valendia, primarily within the ruined city of Lea Monde.
You might as well just say Final Fantasy is open world.
After the Mullenkamp religious cult and its leader Sidney
And technically it was
Oswald
because they had a
occupied
map.
Rober's Manor and abduct his son, risk-breaker Ashley Riot of the Valendia Knights of Peace is dispatched
Literally
to
had a
rescue
big fucking
him.
land
The
that you could
narrative is
walk
framed
on
as the
from town to
week leading
town.
up to the Duke's death, for which Ashley will later be blamed. Ashley pursues Sydney into Leamonde's catacombs, wine cellars, city streets, and cathedral, while the Crimson Blades, led by Romeo Guildenstern, run
If
a
that's the
parallel
case, then The
operation
Legend of Zelda
aiming to exploit
is
the
also
secret's
open
power
world.
known as the Dark.
Because yes,
The
granted,
ruins
you go
teem
from
with
screen to
undead
screen, but
and entities
it's
born
all
from
connected.
incomplete death, as Leamonde's past tragedies bleed through. The plot revolves around conflicting agendas.
Of course, look at a game
Sydney's
like Legend of
crazy
Zelda,
attempts
and
to
then look at a
manipulate
game like
Ashley,
Breath of the Wild,
the
and you'll
Church's
definitely
pursuit
see the
of
difference.
immortality, and revelations about Ashley's own fragmented memories. Gameplay uses a single continuous 3D environment, broken into rooms, but mapped as one large space, with real-time navigation, puzzle block rooms, and detailed weapon customization, rather than town hubs or shops, making Leamonde itself the story's only world map.
Leamonde. I like that name. Mountain Dew. Hey, y'all are showing a lot of racing games, man. That doesn't count.
Jet Moto 3. This is a near-future extreme sport where riders pilot hovering bikes, half motorcycle, half jet ski.
Because, like,
through
look at the
global
track
circuits
layout. That is
across
not open
oceans,
world.
Cliffs, frozen lakes, and canyon systems. Sponsor-based teams.
Unless you're
and
going
character
from track to
biographies
track like
sketch a
Mario
small
Kart
culture
World,
of
this is
daredevils
not open world.
competing for dominance in events that treat natural geography as stunt arenas rather than.
I didn't even know
closed
Jet Moto
stages.
had
Track
sponsors.
environments connect
I've
long
heard of this
stretches
game. I
coastline,
actually had friends who
elevated
used to
jumps
like
between
talk
rock
about it all the
pillars,
time.
and sprawling ice fields where routes
I had a
split
buddy in
around
school.
hazards
He'd
before
never shut up
converging
about
again,
this fucking game.
suggesting
Oh, Jet
large
Moto.
outdoor spaces carved into race
It's like we
paths.
fucking get it, bro.
Stunt tracks focus on vertical structures and coin placement.
It's futuristic
implying a
jet
league
skiing.
that values spectacle and technical mastery as much as pure speed. Mechanically,
Old Jet Moto was the best game on the
momentum,
PlayStation.
magnetic grapple points, and a new hop move that lets your bike clear obstacles or reposition mid-air. Courses are selected and
Yeah,
chained
but is
into
it better
custom
than
circuits. So instead of linear championships,
Spyro the Dragon?
you build seasons out of these wide, multi-route environments. Saga Frontier 2. Saga Frontier 2 spans decades in the land of Sandale, alternating between two main
I ain't gonna lie.
storylines. The first follows Gustav XIII, a prince born without anima, the life force that powers magic, who is declared unfit and exiled from the kingdom of Finny. Gustav builds power through military campaigns.
I ain't gonna lie,
political
that shot
marriages,
behind me
and
right now is
territorial
fucking
control,
gorgeous.
turning from cast-out child into a warlord whose conquests reshape the map.
It's kind of hard to tell if the sun's gonna rise, though. So many fucking dark clouds around.
The soul-devouring artifact known as the egg.
Christmas is coming up fast, and I want to treat Finn a few more decorations on top of the ones.
Yep, shut up.
His investigations into disasters and cursed sites lead him across Sandile, and as he ages, his descendants, such as his son Rich Knights, continue the search. The two arcs...
Okay, I'm starting to believe that this guy has no idea what the fucking open world game even is. Because so far, he's probably only named like 2 open world games. Everything else was... I don't even know. Better than GTA. I have trust issues.
Mafia Mafia Definitive Edition surpasses GTA in storytelling. This remake, capturing the atmosphere of the 1930s like a film, uses the open world not as a tool, but as part of the narrative. Every detail breathes the atmosphere of the era: vintage cars, music, architecture. The transformation that main character Tommy Angelo goes through in the Mafia
Look, I love
world
the
is riveting
1930s
from
as much
beginning
as
to
the
end.
next guy, but
Unlike the
what does that? How does that make that better than GTA?
Mafia offers a more cinematic and disciplined experience. Its mission structure, character development.
And I've noticed something, by the way. This is like the second video that has done this. I don't know if this is just a trend that's going on in YouTube right now, but it seems to be. Look, I will admit that a couple of my thumbnails, not all of them, because that fucker can't always be super creative and give you exactly what you want. Sometimes it's completely dumb and gives you something that you don't even ask for. But including this one, there's been a couple of times that I've used AI to make thumbnails. Not due to laziness, but more due to time consumption. So every now and then I will make a thumbnail using AI. Sometimes I don't, though, because, as I said before, AI doesn't always give me what I want and how I want it, so I have to use alternatives and make my own thumbnails. But if there's one thing that I will never do, and that does not include the time that I use a voice changer in my Zelda video, I did that on purpose, because I do not sound like a woman, and I'm not going to make myself try to sound like a woman. I'm also going to use a different method for that now, because I found a better method. It's still an AI method, but trust me, it works a lot better. But it's still my voice. It's just being altered with AI. But I'm still speaking. My voice is being altered, but it's still my voice. It's still words that are coming out of my mouth. It's still phrases that I'm being used, unscripted. This, however, is a different exception. All these people did was take gameplay footage and slap an AI voiceover so they didn't have to do any talking. Like I said, I've used voice filters, I've used AI to alter my voice, but once again, it's still my voice. It's still me speaking, and it's still my dialogue, unscripted and everything. Nothing was written by AI, nothing was spoken by AI other than the voice alteration. Once again, though, it was still my voice. This is no exception. This is literally an AI voiceover with no actual voiceover work done. In my opinion, that's lazy. I understand I've used a couple of AI images for my thumbnails, but like I said, that's for time consumption. I have reasons why I have to dumb down time on things. That's why I don't barely release videos. That's why if I release a video, it's out of the blue. Because time consumption. Editing takes time. Making a video takes time. Live streaming is quick. You set yourself up and you do things like this. Which this would be, I guess you would consider this commentary. Which is what this is. But, like I said, it's not a voice alteration. It's just straight up AI.
And dramatic scenes truly bring the story to life. Dialogue and scene transitions in particular establish an immersive narrative atmosphere. It's rare to find such a focused and impressive presentation among crime-themed open-world games.
Right there, first comment. Holy chat GPG generated content. I see. I can't even get through one video anymore without hoping that it's not artificially intelligent. Like I said, I'm not going to say that I'm innocent. As it states in the Bible, we are all guilty of sin, as well as I'm guilty of using AI for some content, but not all of it. Like my edits, I don't use AI at all for my edits. None. I use no AI whatsoever in my edits. My thumbnails, like I said, every once in a while, I will make an AI thumbnail. If I don't have the time and I need to get something said and done so I can get what I need to get done. I don't always do that. Sometimes I use my creative mind. Matter of fact, let me show you. I can tell you exactly which ones are AI and which ones I made myself. So the first one, which is the one that you're watching right now, this is an AI generated thumbnail. As you can see, it even spelled my name wrong where it says hosted by. So yeah, you can definitely tell that one's artificial. The second one, I made that. All my Sims thumbnails, Sims 4 and Chill, I made those. Donkey Kong livestream, I made that. Let's Explore, AI. Busting Out, I made that. Modded Chaos, that's AI. And the only reason I use that one is because without AI, it's hard to alter an image perfectly, at least. I mean, I know AI is not always going to be perfect, but the way they set me and Lil G up in this image, holding the guns with the chaos going on behind us, I had to keep that because that's probably the one time that AI actually did something good. Merry Christmas to Filthy Animals, that was AI. Cookies, Cocoa, and Chat, that was AI. Holiday Smoke says, I made that. What? I made that. The other Holiday Smoke says, I made that. Christmas Edition, I made that. Welcome to the Smoke Sesh, I made that. Let's Talk, I made that. ROM Hacks, I made that. Thanksgiving Livestream Extravaganza, I made that. See, a lot about, like, past year, the rest of these, I made all these. None of these were, the rest of these were not made by AI. All of these were made by me. It's a live stream with me and my daughter. Views, nice. Anime Night. Common Collective. Jaws Unleashed. Good Morning Podcast. Yeah. All these I made. It wasn't until about up here, like this one, when I started using AI to make my thumbnails. Matter of fact, this image, which I might recreate, but this one is also an AI. This is AI. But like I said, there are certain images that are very hard to alter without the use of AI, and I'm an artist. I do draw, but if I wanted to make my own thumbnail like that, it would take a very long time, and I just don't have the time for it. Well, look, see, I'm not the only victim of using AI for their thumbnails. You can see it right here. This Mask 4 IA Late Night Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, that image, that is totally AI. You can tell. Like some of the stuff you can definitely tell it's AI. But like these ones, like this one right here, like this is where creativity comes. This is the kind of shit that I make. And I've never been a fan of thumbnails like this. See, even JonTron, he's got his own thumbnails that are literally made for him. Yeah, it's a cold day in hell. But yeah. But yeah. I don't know. It's well, you know, it's well overused. Yeah, I can't believe this shit fucking broke up again. Especially after fucking Gorilla Glue was used on it. Like, what the actual fuck, bro? Like, how does that even work? Gorilla Glue is supposed to be one of the strongest glues on the planet. Once it sticks to something, it cannot be removed. So why the fuck is this piece falling off with Gorilla Glue right on that motherfucker? It makes no sense. We live in such a backwards ass, weird ass, twisted world. I don't know what's real and what's fake anymore. I don't know things that I've used back in the day. I don't even fucking know, like, how it's even possible anymore. Because clearly, there's no mindset, thought, or brain work used into any of these products anymore like they were back when we were younger. I specifically remember something like Gorilla Glue being like the most strongest glue on the planet. You could literally glue your hands together. And you would need a doctor just to get them bitches off. But now, you put Gorilla Glue on something as simple as a piece of fucking plastic and the motherfucker breaks off within 5 seconds. Explain that logic to me, internet. It is 7 o'clock on the hour. Well, 6:59, about to be 7 o'clock. So, I think we've talked enough. I think we've spoken our terms. The last thing I want to say before I go. Hang on a second. Alright, that's better. I like that music a lot better. Alright, the last thing I'm going to say before I go is this backwards ass twisted world that we live in is getting worse and worse by the day. I ask all of you that believe in Christ to come together and bring faith back in this humanity. Let the world know that Jesus still matters, no matter what happens in this world, no matter who has to die. Nobody should have to die. But unfortunately, as it states in the Bible, there are those souls that are meant to be taken. Why is it that a kind, loving father, a man that just wanted to bring peace into the colleges that we once saw as an opportunity, now look at as a waste of our tax-paying dollars? Why must a man who wanted to show love and passion in the world, why must he be mocked? But when a woman who mocks this man, who mocks all men like this, who mocks all men and women and children like this, she gets riots. Charlie Kirk gets mocked. And this woman, you want justice for her, but you don't want justice for Charlie. How about justice for both of them? Because they were both souls of God. And for you to decide their fate. Is sickening. I want you to take a good look at yourselves, every single one of you. And I want you to ask yourself, does this matter? Aren't my family and my friends and myself more important than other matters? We've got thousands of people in this world and in this government that can take care of the problems that we little people cannot. So stop worrying about the big things in the world and worry about the small things, like loving your family and loving your friends and cherishing one another and just enjoying the rest of your life. You don't like what you see on your phone or on your TV? Turn the shit off and go outside. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the Gaming Skeleton saying, God bless you. And remember, don't make a jerk out of yourself.